They say the holidays are a time for joy, but for Clara, last Christmas was a nightmare she'll never forget. Clara loved Christmas. Her apartment was always the first in her building to be decked out with twinkling lights and wreaths. But last year, a knock on her door turned her favorite time of year into something straight out of a horror movie. It started on Christmas Eve. Clara was curled up on the couch, sipping hot cocoa and watching her favorite holiday movie. Around midnight, 3 sharp knocks echoed through her apartment. Startled, she got up to check the peephole. On the other side was a man dressed as Santa Claus, holding a small red-wrapped box. Clara hesitated. She hadn't ordered anything, and the man didn't look like anyone from her building. But curiosity got the better of her, and she cracked open the door. He handed her the box without a word, smiled, and walked away. Inside the box was a single candy cane. It looked old, the colors faded, and the plastic wrap yellowed. Something about it gave Clara a chill. She tossed it aside and locked the door. A few hours later, as she was getting ready for bed, there was another knock. Clara froze, her heart pounding. She peered through the peephole again. The same Santa was standing there, holding another red-wrapped box. This time, she didn't open the door. She called out, "Who are you?" "What do you want?" But he didn't respond. After a few minutes, he turned and walked away. When she finally worked up the courage to open the door, the box was sitting there on the welcome mat. Inside was a cracked ornament. The once beautiful glass was splintered, its surface marred with jagged lines. Clara's unease grew. She locked the door again and double-checked the windows before heading to bed. At 3 a.m., she woke to the sound of faint humming. It was coming from the living room. Slowly, she crept out of bed, clutching her phone. The Christmas tree lights were off, but a faint glow illuminated the room. Clara's stomach dropped when she saw him. The Santa was standing outside her window, grinning. She screamed, and he vanished into the darkness. The next morning, she called the police, but they found no sign of a break-in. They told her it was probably just a prank. But deep down, Clara knew it was something worse. That night, the knocking returned. This time, it didn't stop. Clara's heart raced as she called the police again, but the line was dead. Desperate, she barricaded herself in the bedroom, clutching a kitchen knife. The knocking turned into pounding, and then she heard footsteps inside the apartment. Tears streamed down her face as she braced herself for whatever was coming. But the door to her room never opened. When the pounding finally stopped, Clara crept out, shaking. The apartment was empty, but on the dining table sat a final red box. With trembling hands, she opened it. Inside was a photograph of her. The picture showed her sleeping in bed, taken from just a few feet away. Scrawled across the back in messy handwriting were the words, "Merry Christmas." Clara moved out of that apartment the next day, leaving everything behind. Every Christmas since, she's heard faint humming outside her new window. And sometimes late at night, she swears she sees a man in a Santa suit, watching from the shadows. What would you do if the holidays turned into a nightmare? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more stories that will make you think twice about opening your door.